une personne qui travaille très très fort pour l'Europe, qui y croit beaucoup et qui porte sur elle la responsabilité de la politique étrangère européenne. I have had the opportunity to see Madame Mogherini in many circumstances. I may tell you that she's a strong voice for a united Europe, and it's what Canada wants, to work with a strong EU. It's quite an asset for our country. And Madame Mogherini is meeting many of my colleagues, the Minister of Immigration, the Minister of Defense, and the Minister of Trade, and myself. And it's well overdue because we have a lot to discuss. We may say that this year is key for our relationship with Europe. We have a strategic agreement that we'll sign pretty soon, I'm sure. And we have, as you know, a free trade agreement. What I want to say about this free trade agreement is that it's a golden opportunity to show to the world, to our Europeans and Canadians, but to the world, that it is possible to reconcile the global economy and the progressive forces, the people who want more justice, more equality. It's what this trade agreement will provide, especially because we renegotiated recently the rules for investments in order to make sure that governments and parliaments have the full right to regulate and legislate the way they want for food safety, for the environment, and so on. Alors il faut bien voir que cet accord de libre-échange avec l'Europe est tout à fait, d'une certaine façon, révolutionnaire. Il permettra de prouver qu'on peut être une nation commerçante et en même temps une nation progressiste. C'est ce que nous avons renégocié de cette entente récemment grâce à Mme Freeland et Mme Mogherini et faire en sorte que les accords de libre-échange pourront avoir des règles d'investissement qui protègent les investisseurs, mais aussi qui respectent la souveraineté des États, des parlements, des gouvernements. We'll discuss in the meeting we'll have pretty soon a lot of issues, human rights, climate change, and Syria, and Ukraine, and NATO and EU. And so we'll have a very long and very instructive meeting. So I stop there. J'arrête maintenant parce qu'on a beaucoup de choses à discuter ensemble et je lui donne la parole, Madame Mogherini.
Merci beaucoup, Stéphane. C'est vraiment un plaisir d'être ici à Ottawa. C'est vrai qu'on se rencontre très souvent autour du monde, au G7, à la réunion de groupe de support pour la Syrie. Quand on travaille ensemble, soit sur le Moyen-Orient, soit sur la Libye ou l'OTAN. Mais ça c'est ma première visite officielle au Canada. Et c'est très important pour moi parce que c'est une année spéciale pour les relations entre l'Union européenne et Canada. We are strategic partners, but most of all, we are friends. And in the world of today, it's so good to have friends on which you can count on and with which you can work together. This is exactly the meaning of the discussions, the conversations we're going to have with Minister Dion, but also with the other ministers in my 2 days stay here in Ottawa, on a very broad and wide set of issues. First of all, foreign policy and security policy. Our cooperation in the field of foreign policy is excellent, and we really see Canada as a key partner in multilateralism, in conflict management and conflict prevention, for stabilizing the different crises we have around us. And we know that we can count on a purely like-minded partner when it comes to Canada's strong role in foreign policy. We have an excellent cooperation also in defense and security, and also in areas where it might not be so obvious for the Canadian public opinion to have a strong European Union engagement, but issues like our cooperation in the Arctic is something that for us is very important as a way of building cooperation on the international level and as a way of sharing some of the key priorities we have, being it the respect of the environment or the one of the social and economic conditions of the indigenous people. We have a lot to share starting from our values. And we find Canada is an extremely strong and reliable partner in the multilateral system, starting from the UN system, and we're looking forward to our cooperation in that respect. Migration is another issue where we share the same attitude of protecting people's lives in an orderly manner, in a regulated one, and we really appreciate the efforts that Canada is doing to do its part in managing the global phenomenon that migration and refugee flows are in our times. We share very much the attitude that Canada has taken, and for sure we will discuss also our common contribution to the forthcoming UN summits on migration and refugees in September. We have also strong bilateral relation on other issues. The strategic partnership we have, and that we hope we will manage to sign within this year. We will have a summit, an EU-Canada summit in the autumn, where we expect we could sign this agreement, and also where we hope we will be able to sign the trade agreement, the comprehensive economic trade agreement, that indeed is a model. And I would like to thank the government of Canada for especially this renegotiation that we've done, that indeed, as you said, Stéphane, sets an example for all. There is one issue that we will need to tackle, the issue of achieving full visa waiver reciprocity for our citizens, and here we are finding a good field of constructive cooperation, so we're also sure that we will manage to move this file forward so that we can really celebrate this 40th anniversary of our diplomatic relations in the best possible way. Once again, Stéphane, je voudrais te remercier pour l'accueil, qui n'est pas très chaleureux dehors, mais très chaleureux ici. Et c'est vraiment un plaisir de pouvoir être là pour avoir encore plus en profondité une amitié qui est naturelle pour nous en Europe, et je sais qu'il est aussi naturel pour votre gouvernement. C'est quelque chose qui est important pour les gens de l'Europe et du Canada, mais aussi c'est quelque chose d'important pour le reste du monde. Et je suis sûre qu'on va avoir un échange extrêmement constructif, positif, comme on l'a toujours eu dès que vous avez commencé. Ce n'est pas tellement longtemps, mais quand même... C'était très actif. On est entré en contact, je pense, dès les premiers jours du gouvernement, et depuis, on a toujours très bien travaillé ensemble.
Tout à fait.
On Brexit and the possibility of that and the impact that that would have on CETA.
For both of us?
Both of you. Yes, okay. Both of you. Both ministers, please.
Possibilities of an impact on?
The possibility of a Brexit and how that would impact on the free trade agreement between Canada and EU.
We negotiate agreements EU partners, so that would for sure continue to be the case. I noticed that Prime Minister Trudeau sent a pretty powerful message underlying that whenever